My name is Joe Cimperman, and I'm the president of Global Cleveland. First, I'd like to thank our incredible staff for putting this on, especially Elizabeth Kuzma, who helped make this incredible opportunity possible and has done so for the last 2 years. As you can see, we are virtual again, being hosted online by our most amazing partner, the Cleveland Public Library. The Cleveland Public Library is over a century old, the first library in the United States to allow the public to browse its shelves freely, and a library system that is parallel to none, having the second largest research collection in the United States that is now preparing to create a global library card. We'd like to thank CEO Felton Thomas for his leadership, as well as his amazing staff, Dr. Sadie Thompson, and of course, Tristan Wheeler, our technological genius, who helps make this virtual conference for you possible. Thank you very much, Cleveland Public Library. I'd also like to thank our sponsors, without whom our work and the work of building bridges in our world is not possible. Swagelock, Medical Mutual, Platform Brewery, The Links Incorporated, 12 Literary Arts, Irish, Corner 65, and Us Together. The silver lining of this pandemic gripping our world is the fact that we have become so comfortable meeting on platforms like this one. For Sister Cities, it really is the perfect way to easily access the programming and the relationships to be fostered, created by this gathering. Get ready to come to Cleveland next year, though. We are preparing to host this conference in person from October the 17th through the 21st for our 4th annual Sister Cities Conference. We are already preparing for your visit, and we cannot wait to welcome you to our city, the city of Cleveland, Ohio. This year, we are thrilled to open the conference with a very amazing and energetic person, the president and chief executive officer of Sister Cities International, Mr. Leroy Ayala. Chicago is considered the gold standard of Sister City programs. And before joining Sister Cities International to lead all of us, Mr. Ayala was the executive vice president of World Business Chicago, that great city's economic development engine. And he served as the executive director of Chicago Sister Cities International Building, the largest sister city program in the United States. We are thrilled to have Mr. Ayala here with us today, as he will share with us his vision for what this program is about, how we could learn and grow together as a network of 24 cities, and what opportunities lie ahead for all of us with our sister cities, all of us together in one room, in one place, in one world. It gives me great honor to welcome Mr. Leroy Ayala.
Good morning. Thank you, Joe. And good morning to all of you joining us from here in the United States. Thank you for starting your day with us. I'm Leroy Ayala, President and CEO of Sister Cities International, and I am extremely excited and honored to be able to join you this morning. I'd like to congratulate Global Cleveland on their 10-year anniversary and thank their hardworking staff and volunteers for all that they do to promote and grow Cleveland's global partnerships, particularly with their 24 international sister cities. So that additional 24th one, I understand, is rather new, I believe, because the program for the conference at 23 sister cities. So it's a continuously growing network of cities. So congratulations on the additional new city. I thought I'd share a little background on our organization this morning, because we too are celebrating an anniversary this year here at Sister Cities International. We were founded by President Eisenhower 65 years ago, just over 65 years ago, because our anniversary was September 11th, 1956 was when we were founded. So facing a global community at that time torn apart after World War II, it was President Eisenhower who believed a more peaceful world could emerge if individual citizens acted as diplomats on behalf of their respective countries. By encouraging these citizen diplomats to share cultural traditions and build friendships one individual at a time, he believed peace and harmony could be attained. Over the years, it has been incredible to see how new sister city partnerships have emerged during historic moments, from new exchanges and partnerships between the US and China in the early 1970s, which coincided with President Nixon's historic visit, to new partnerships with cities in the former Soviet republics in the early 90s following the end of the Cold War. Today, our network of citizen diplomats in the US is well over 100,000 strong. We count over 2,000 global partnerships in 140 countries on 6 continents. These are just the numbers here in the US. the concept of sister cities has truly become a global movement fueled and driven by the passion and dedication of volunteers around the world. President Eisenhower would truly be amazed at how far we've come since our founding back in 1956. So all of you watching today are part of this global movement, and I thank you for your dedication to citizen diplomacy. As was mentioned earlier, I initially became familiar with sister cities in Chicago, my hometown in Chicago, back in the early 90s. Our mayor at the time was dedicated to building international ties. And as a private citizen, I became involved with the establishment of several of Chicago's sister cities. I later officially joined the city's international efforts and worked under 3 different mayors during my time with the city of Chicago and overseeing the Chicago Sister Cities International program. But it wasn't until early last year that I moved to Washington, D.C. to assume my current role. And since then, I've had an opportunity to work with so many amazing sister city programs. It has become even more clear that Sister Cities International is just as important today as it was 65 years ago. This past year and a half has posed so many challenges for many of our sister city programs. Operating in a global pandemic was something very new to many of us. But I was just so proud to see how our sister city programs across the country pivoted to this virtual platform. I participated over the last year and a half in so many international programs. I've seen how some of our city halls have connected with their global partners. At first, it was just to check in to see how their communities were doing at the beginning of the global pandemic. We saw so many offers of support, of aid to help communities around the globe during this difficult time. And now it's really exciting to see how cities are planning for growth in the future. So here at Sister Cities International, we've been looking at several areas to expand over the coming months and years. Over the last year and a half, we've really restructured a lot of our youth programming. We have several key components to our youth programming. One that most cities are familiar with is our Young Artists and Author Showcase. During the pandemic, we pivoted and launched that program to be completely virtual. So in prior years, we had students who were submitting artwork. We had teams of judges that would gather here in Washington, D.C. to review and choose winners from amongst the various categories. And this year we pivoted by adding some new categories that would make it easier for students to participate from wherever they were. As a result, we saw so many more international participations and submissions. We added musical categories. We continued with our poetry and written word participation as well. And we were just amazed at the overall participation globally. And we had winners that were from around the globe, from the Czech Republic to India to Mali to cities across here in the US. So we'll continue to grow that program. It's continued to be a key initiative that cities look forward to every year. And we've just recently announced the theme for next year, which will have a theme around water issues and climate change. So that's an area that we're also expanding into. Our other key youth component has been our Youth Leadership Summit. In past years, the Youth Leadership Summit has been an all in-person event. This past year, we launched it to be a virtual event. We were able, as a virtual program, to really curate the participation of students from around the globe. So we had 20 countries that were represented in this past year's Youth Leadership Summit. So we're starting to work on next year's Youth Leadership Summit. We are hoping, just as you are in Cleveland, that we will be able to add an in-person component to our programs next year. So we're looking at either a completely in-person or perhaps a hybrid program for next year as well. So we hope that Cleveland will be active in that program as well, because it's been a really great opportunity to connect our youth in our cities across the U.S. with youth around the globe. Our final youth initiative has been our high school homestay exchange program. As you can imagine, during the pandemic, that's been a program that was hit pretty hard. We didn't really have a lot of students that were traveling to the U.S. to do a semester study in high school here in the U.S. We had a few that were able to still participate, but issuing of visas was a challenge, and with global travel, that was a program that was hit pretty hard for us. So we're hoping that we can rebuild that program, continue to encourage students to experience travel abroad and study abroad. So stay tuned for more information on that program as well. On more of the municipal level, we've been working to strengthen our partnership with the National League of Cities and other organizations to involve more of our elected officials in our work here at Sister Cities International. We've been expanding our Mayor's Leadership Council to include mayors not only from across the U.S., but global city mayors as well, who come together and share ideas on how to grow their sister city programs and how to really take advantage of the opportunities within our network to grow their city's global profile and global platform. We continue to strengthen our partnership with the United Nations. We're hoping that in the future we'll be given the designation as an official NGO recognized by the United Nations. So we've been working closely with several of their areas to promote the promotion of the Sustainable Development Goals. That was a key theme in our youth programming this year. It'll continue to be a key theme. We continue to work with cities around the area of climate change. That's been particularly a strong area of interest with our leadership and our elected officials as well. Many are part of the UN's global network of cities working together to promote climate change and to really achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. And I encourage Cleveland to be a part of that as well. So I don't want to talk too much longer about our sister cities, because I know you guys have such a great program planned for today, and you're going to be addressing so many of these issues. But I do want to encourage everyone to follow us on social media, to visit our website at www.sistercities.org to be apprised of all of our current activities and all of the things that are happening here at Sister Cities. We're really excited for what's ahead in the coming year. We're hoping that we will be able to come out of this pandemic and start to meet in person. We'll be hosting our very first in-person meeting with our leadership meeting in November. So we're still offering a virtual component, but it'll be the first time that many leaders from our board will be gathering together. So we hope that that's a signal that that in-person meetings will be ahead for us, and we'll look forward to sharing all of those programs with you in the coming year and in the coming months. So finally, I would be remiss if I did not also take a moment to thank your mayor, Mayor Frank Jackson, for his leadership and support of Sister Cities. Having the support of City Hall is important to ensure that these relationships are not just ceremonial, but rather partnerships that continue to grow and connect our citizens with those in communities around the globe. So I hope that we can continue to count Mayor Jackson as a supporter of Sister Cities even after he leaves office. So thank you to Mayor Jackson. And again, thank you to all of the team there in Cleveland that worked so hard to promote Sister Cities and to build these relationships. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of today's program, and I'm available if you guys have any questions or have information that you're seeking from Sister Cities International. Please feel free to contact us. Again, our website is www.sistercities.org.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ayala. Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation and for all your great work and advocacy. And our hearts and spirit is with you as you go to get recognized as an NGO by the United Nations. You speak for all of us, and for you, and for that, we're very grateful. 2021 has been another extraordinary year of twisting curves and lightning speed fast changes. While trying to restart our economies, our cities are also trying to manage COVID. COVID variants, and this stop-start environment. One of the brightest moments of Global Cleveland's year has been the growing relationship that we have formed with our dear sister city, Vicenza, Italy. Having been established as sister city in 2008, we have reignited this friendship. We have kindled the spirit of love through diligence, cooperation, and exchange from both sides. It is my sincere honor to invite Lord Mayor Francesco Ruca to speak, along with Consigliere Leonardo De Marzo. Vicenza is a thriving, diverse, cosmopolitan city filled with ancient treasures, modern industry, and incredible innovation. Sounds a lot like Cleveland. It is also a place that you will get to visit if you win our 10th anniversary raffle of 2 tickets for a personally curated Italian vacation, for which you can purchase tickets at our website, www.globalcleveland.org, as we celebrate our 10th anniversary of strengthening the city by welcoming our world. And now it gives this Slovenian American great privilege and honor to introduce Lord Mayor Francesco Ruca. Please pause. We're having a little difficulty here as we get our brothers from Vicenza on our hop-in. It is now a sunny 60 degrees in Vicenza, about 1:30, and we're really thrilled that they were able to join us. We'd also like to encourage you to, at this time, look at some of our other panels that we are planning for the rest of this session, for the rest of these 3 days. As you know, these events are brought to you for free. We do this with the incredible cooperation and the hospitality of the Cleveland Public Library. We couldn't do this without them. For next year, we are hoping that not only will this conference be in person, but we will also be keeping our ability to broadcast and to connect digitally alive as well for those who wish to travel to Cleveland but couldn't. And so we're looking at a hybrid conference. The importance of this relationship with Italy can't be understated. As you know, the Italian-American community in Cleveland is very strong. It's very historic. The Italian-American community has been very engaged as both as immigrant as well as leader and innovator here in our city. And so this relationship with Vicenza, our one sister city in Italy, is so critical as we continue to build that transatlantic bridge. Mayor and the Consigliere have been absolutely remarkable, and we are really thrilled that they were able to join us, and they'll be tuning in again very shortly. And we would now like to present a great deal of thanks to our mayor. Our mayor, as you know, Mayor Jackson, has been incredible, and later on in this program, we will be presenting something that he has offered to our sister cities, and we're grateful to Mayor Frank Jackson as well as to Chief Valerie McCall. We'll now continue with our program. All of these sessions and panels open 5 minutes before they begin, and you are invited to join whichever panel that you choose. Please stop by the expo and see the booths from our sponsors and supporters found on the left side of your screen. Feel free to meet up with other attendees by messaging individuals or visit the network room on the left side of your screen. This conference will be live for the next 72 hours, so please take your time. Check out all the conference has to offer. It is chock full of brilliant people from Lima, Peru, going all the way east to Taipei, Taiwan. We are sincerely grateful to all of our sponsors. We are grateful to the Cleveland Public Library. We're grateful to the staff of Global Cleveland. Thank you for being here for Global Cleveland's 3rd annual Sister Cities Conference. We cherish you. We are proud to call you sister and brother, and we look forward to a wonderful, wonderful conference over the next 3 days. Thank you very much.